Hello world, I'm Chris Pirillo doing another live stream for you and everybody else who is watching, really. I don't know who everybody is. Feel free to stand up and say hello. Thank you for tuning into yet another live video. The LockerGnome Daily Report, or TLDR for short. Your daily dose of geek news, product views, and answers that you can use. Like an answer to the question, what would Chris and Diana look like if they were Indian? And we now have an answer, thanks to Sonny, who made this fan art.
It's good.
Sonny is on Etsy, and I believe the Etsy handle is, where is it?
Merchant of Colors.
Thank you. Merchant of Colors. I'll be sure to put that link in the video description. He or she, I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
They did such an amazing job with the detail. See, look at that. So it's there, here. Is it closer?
I'm trying to look it up.
Okay, I had looked it up, and I think Diana, I don't know which one looks more real, you or the Indian you.
I know. That's so cool.
It's kind of neat. I love fan art like this. We will treasure it for always. Thank you so much, Sonny. Love it, as well as an original Darth Vader painting. You know I'm going to love this as well. Very colorful. Love that. Apparently, Sonny is a Star Wars fan, too. He says, he or she. Again, it's very difficult sometimes to know. And I've got an audience that's very, I think, as I would prefer a well-balanced... Oh, it's my phone. It's going off.
Oh.
Sorry, I cannot take this call, and I doubt that they're tuned in to watch what I'm doing right now. I'm flashing everybody. There you go. You can just tell the world that you've now been flashed live on YouTube by Chris Pirillo. I expect an animated GIF to be made of this. You guys capturing the GIF? You good? Can I stop flashing you now? Good, because I think we're done now with the whole flashing concept there. So, that's the only product I have. And let me tell you, it was a very, very slow news day today. So I'm going to be turning my attention to the comments for this video. So if you're watching live, feel free to ask questions, ask me my thoughts on things. I'd be happy to interact with you, because I will tell you why it's a slow news day. And not because we are now 16 away from 900 patrons as of today. Almost 900. That's stellar. That is fantastic. 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 Thank you so much. June 24th, 2014. ChrisPirillo.com will redirect you to our Patreon page, where you can become a patron if you like. Get all sorts of bonuses, like interacting with me live and what have you. Okay, so I'm going to turn that off for now. I've got some of the people who are in the live comments commenting on the live video. Andrew Garcia, Christopher McAuliffe, Ephraim. I'm just going to stop there because I don't know how to say Ephraim's last name. That guy commenting who has the best handle to read. Cassie Lowe. Hey, Cassie. And possibly even a few others. So, Jesus Chavez is also here, as well as Ryan Bragg. So feel free to kind of control what I'm going to be doing today during the live broadcast. The reason why today is a slow news day is because, not that nothing happened. There's some things that did happen. But Google I.O. is tomorrow. This is a big deal. So a lot of the news surrounding technology is kind of being focused on Google. Like, Google sucked all the air out of the room, and so a lot of the attention that's being paid this week will likely be related to Google and Google's announcements. I will be live streaming Google I.O., at least a keynote presentation, much like I did the TLDR around the live WWDC announcements that Apple made. So I'll be sitting here with headphones on, listening to a live stream if Google is streaming the keynote. If not, I'll be watching live blogs from around the web and, kind of relaying my commentary as the keynote kind of wears on. I don't know if that's going to be an hour long, 2 hour long. Either way, tomorrow's live stream will be for everybody to tune in. Right now, the live streams that we do here with TLDR are really patrons can tune in and participate. Nokia X2 has been launched, says Brad Winterton, and, I think that I would like to say more about it. It's just that I don't have it in my hand. And there's something about having something versus just talking about it, right? And especially if we're talking about a product. So, yes, I did catch that news, but I don't know, I guess I could use this as an example. How many Windows Phone users are out there? How many Nokia owners are out there? I don't know. I really don't. I have no idea. And I've kind of thrown out there on a regular basis, but it seems that more of our community are using iOS and or Android devices. I've got my Nexus 7 here fully charged up. I was talking about how people could get their own Nexus 7 by using the free gift card giveaway. Or not giveaway. I guess they are giving it away, but you got to earn points on the service feature points, and I got that link in the video's description, which of course I think should make a lot of sense. So I think a lot of people are really keyed in on what Google's going to be announcing tomorrow. I've already detailed my thoughts in a blog post, so I don't really want to cover those here because my thoughts are really there already. What's the point of me regurgitating a blog post for you? It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Unless I should. No, I shouldn't, because that's just for patrons. What do you want me to do? I can do my best, right? And I just gotta.
You're just one person.
I'm just one person. Freaking out a little. The only thing that was really the biggest bit of news today, apart from Google I/O happening tomorrow, that's really tomorrow, is apparently the FAA is grounding Amazon's idea of drone deliveries. So drones may not be delivering anything to your doorstep. So says the FAA. That's kind of, that doesn't surprise me, right? It's a new technology. People really don't understand it. What's going on with this stuff? I think over time, drones will be more accepted than they are today because I think we don't know enough about them. The technology is not stable enough, maybe. People are worried that drones are going to fall out of the sky. There's a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt surrounding these newer technologies, and it doesn't surprise me. It's just, I think it's the way we, as humans, kind of address anything that comes along that's new. We don't know what to make of it. We don't know what's happening with the technology, and even before the technology is released, a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt is kind of put out there because we only have the ability to operate based on what we already know. It's difficult to conceptualize something that cannot fit into a mental box you've already constructed. So, for example, before the iPad was released, no one could figure out what it was. Is it a laptop? No. Is it a netbook? No. What is it? Who needs this? No one's going to use the iPad. Well, they were wrong. The iPad almost rebooted an entire category for tablet computers, which is great. It's been a fantastic, I would say, evolution of the personal computing model and beyond, certainly. So I guess I would put drones in the same place as I would those types of products, where there are some people who see the value or enough of a value to invest time and money and resources into drones, but beyond that, it's difficult for us to imagine a world that's different, even if it's not that much different. I mean, could you imagine, like, you're driving around, you see a drone flying? Would that make you nervous? Would it make you nervous? You've got this. This is Diana's look right now. It's for the last 3 minutes of me talking.
Well, because I heard on the radio that there was a drone outside a lady's, I believe it was an apartment complex. And she called the cops, and the cops said that they couldn't do anything about it because that's not illegal.
Was the drone spying in the bathroom window?
I believe it was recording.
You can record in public places, but I don't think that drones should be allowed to record in people's bathroom windows.
What if you have your window open?
That's... And I think the walls there, that's the invasion of privacy. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about like a drone going, Diana needs milk, picks up the milk, and then flies the milk. This is what I'm saying. But I don't know if people are really ready for that. I mean, imagine the drones flying around, and then someone takes a slingshot and goes, and then knocks the drone out of the sky, and then the drone falls into a car, and then someone gets in an accident. I think people are they're concerned, and they're worried, and I think for good reason. I think the problem with technology is humanity. Humanity screws up technology more than technology screws up technology. And, I think that if there was a concern about it, not just that you've got another flying device in the air, I think, I don't know if people are ready for that. Just like people aren't necessarily ready for Google Glass.
Right.
I think this is a slightly, I mean, that may be the case that they're worried that, cameras, but I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen sooner rather than later. Think about like an electronic drone. Instead of you going and getting groceries, something milk or mail or anything that's light enough to be carried by a drone.
Right.
Instead of you having to drive a vehicle to get it, what if it could fetch it for you? And talk about relieving a lot of congestion on the freeways. Certainly, it's kind of the same model of telecommuting is at least easier to accommodate because we can understand that. We understand what it's like to work remotely, and it's acceptable so long as you've got a good work ethic. But I think the idea of these unmanned vehicles, I think that's probably what unnerves people the most is when they say the word like unmanned. That's probably most concerning. Now, also most concerning as I run through the list of patrons to give them credit back here. I can't believe we're almost 16 away from 900. VeriCoin.info. I'm generating interest on my VeriCoin right now.
Wow.
Although I'm not running the software at this point because I don't know if it was taking away network bandwidth. I've been having issues with audio skipping in recent TLDRs. So hopefully the audio didn't skip in today's broadcast because that was running on the same network. So I got to figure out something else to do with that. That guy commenting said that's an iPad, not milk. And you should know that I did realize that this was the case. That doesn't surprise me at all. That this is not milk. I would never drink an iPad. It's not exactly something that I would really care to do.
I wonder how long that guy commenting has been online to get that handle.
Oh, on YouTube?
He's one of the first.
Well, I don't know if you can change. I think anybody can change their handle on Google Plus now. They made it really weird with YouTube. It's honey, you're getting chip crumbs all over my face.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, shit, baby.
I'm being very careful.
Well, of course I'm being very careful.
No, I am.
Oh, you are. Oh, thank you.
Can
the letter
they
from
hear
Sonny.
me eating chips?
Okay, come closer to the microphone, they meant. There you go. You've now heard a live broadcast of Diana chomping on a chip.
I was trying to eat them quietly.
You're doing a great job, hon. You're doing a great job. Cassie Lowe says, I'm not ready for drones everywhere. Seems way too intrusive. And I think that's more than anything, I think that's going to be the biggest problem with drone adoption. But I'm a fan of the idea. I'm a fan of the technology, of course. My concern would really be in the comfort and safety of everybody else. But I think it's a foregone conclusion. Just think about the things that you do now that could more easily be done with something like that. So like Amazon, they got drones. They can fly something directly from warehouse to your doorstep. Not even think twice. Versus all the cost and infrastructure of having to go through a delivery service. Same thing with Amazon Fresh, which we use on a regular basis. Just groceries. Now, I don't know if they would necessarily be able to carry something over a certain weight.
Right.
Because, it's the laws of physics.
Like
You can't
watermelon.
beat that. I don't even know if a watermelon can be delivered.
I think it'd be great if you were sick and you needed some medicine.
Well, but see, at this point, someone else could deliver it. It wouldn't necessarily need to be a drone. You feel me?
But what if you're out of town and
You're out of town.
you're like in a hotel, you don't know anyone, and you feel sick, like you're gonna faint?
You would call a drone.
Yeah, to bring me some pills.
I guess it's possible. I mean, theoretically, I don't know how that drone's going to get to you. Is it going to go to the front desk? I have pills for Diana. And then it, fly over?
Mm-hmm.
See, this is what happens on a slow news day. Tomorrow's going to be much more exciting. What happens on a slow news day is Chris drones on and on about drones. That's the subject of today's TLDR.
We're fantasizing.
We are. We're fantasizing
Mm-hmm.
about the drones. Should we give them a sneak peek of what's going to be happening tomorrow?
Yeah.
You got to go in the other room and get the...
But then that'll ruin it.
Okay.
Will it?
No, you're probably right. We don't want to ruin it. We got a big surprise coming for everybody tomorrow for the Google I/O announcements. You guys are... I think you're going to like it. I think it's going to get a lot of attention, but hell of a lot more attention than today talking about things. That guy commenting said that he made the account not too long ago. Apparently it was opening. It was already open. Cool. So that way, who's that guy commenting? It's him. So it makes a hell of a lot of sense.
He's here every day.
He is. And he says that bigger drones can ship or basically carry bigger things. And that, it stands to reason that would be the case.
Like me, so I don't have to walk.
Would you want to be carried by a drone?
Yeah.
Okay, Diana is not the majority, I'm guessing. Would you want to be carried by it? I don't know if I would trust a drone to carry me.
Fly me over traffic.
But see, at that point, there would be no traffic. I mean, I think a lot of the transportation woes could be alleviated because you wouldn't have to have so many big vehicles to deliver things. You'd have smaller vehicles being more efficient delivering things.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's a good idea, and maybe not just ahead of its time, but maybe other things have to happen for them to be accepted. But I think that it's reasonable if the FAA can figure out how to route airplanes and take care of the airspace. I think it's reasonable to believe that this same kind of mechanism could be built into technology that would fly around. I mean, they're talking about Google self-driving cars. There are even startups that are making it to such that your current car, not a self-driving car, could be made into a self-driving car.
Cool.
I mean, they're computers. That's what cars are these days. They're rolling computers. Actually, they're moving bombs because you're on a gas tank, unless it's an electric vehicle, in which case you're on a battery. I think we're kind of already there. It's just going to take some making sure there's a finer point on things. But I really believe that if you can have a self-driving car, I think you can have a self-flying drone.
Yeah.
As opposed to see that is, it is. So it's self-flying. Someone can't be controlling it, right? They can't be like dog fighting. No. It's not like that. It's just a computer.
Yeah.
It'll happen. I honestly believe that. Kevin Paulson says need drones to deliver pizzas. Think about that.
Yeah.
So drones would be able to deliver pizzas. I think Domino's has been playing around with the drone idea.
Really?
Makes sense. It's lightweight enough. Domino's could save a ton of money. Granted, a lot of pizza delivery drivers could be out of business or out of work. But this is the way I think it's going to be going anyway.
Well, with the $15 minimum wage.
Okay, so this is a battle that's going on in Seattle. The battle in Seattle. The $15 minimum wage, which is going to be kind of put into place over the course of the coming years. That's just the city of Seattle. It's not the surrounding municipalities.
Yeah.
So I think that the cities that are around Seattle are probably going to benefit from that because a small business owner, it's difficult to keep your head above water, and of course, the bigger you are, the harder you fall. So, in any way that a business could save money, they're going to be looking into that.
But you know how kids like to destroy things.
Exactly.
What if they shoot water guns?
Hun, this is what I'm saying. I said they chuck it and it falls down and it causes an accident. That's what I meant. They're
gonna do it just to play.
Exactly, but they could all if there's repercussions.
Yeah, true.
You're found doing that. They do that now with people who do the green lasers.
Oh, yeah.
It's illegal. You can get thrown in prison for, not jail, prison for beaming a laser into some kind of flying object. It's a huge deal, and they will find you. They'll find you.
Yeah.
So you could do it. Just be prepared to face the consequences. I'd never do it. It's one of the reasons why when I've been offered to play with lasers, I'm like, no, I don't even want to. No, because imagine someone gets it and then points it up, and then I'm, somewhat responsible for that, and that could get you in big trouble. This is fascinating. This is very interesting. Hang on, Brad Winterton, good eye. Where'd it go? Russian government decides all new PCs will use ARM chips. Okay, that's interesting. It's been suggested that. Well, I was going to get there. Apple may end up going that route too, with its custom chips. The processor that's running, or at least the primary one that's running, like the iPad. It could be powerful enough to power a full-on Mac running OS X. Is it ready? I wouldn't say it would be ready for that, but that would be cutting the reliance of other companies in infrastructure and cutting costs. It's really what technology helps. The only way technology saves costs is for the companies making the technology. It always seems to cost everybody else more money. Cost me more to get more technology. Not a fan of that. But that's fascinating. Wow, Russian government says all PCs, ARM chips. Is it ready enough? Is the industry ready to move well beyond the x86 instruction set? Possibility. I think for the most part, what people could do on a traditional PC, they could get done on an iPad or an Android device or a tablet. Diana loves her Chromebook. That's definitely... What? Are you on Is that on an ARM processor? It's not an Intel Chromebook. So, wow. Yeah, that's pretty radical, but not as radical as you'd imagine. I think more than anything, it's radical to the establishment. They should be nervous. That's what happens. Technology gets smaller, better, faster, lighter, and you do something like Apple where they're customizing their own chip, and you can control the experience, stem to stern,
When
top to
someone
bottom.
commits a crime, the first thing they look at is their computer. Like that dad that accidentally left the little boy in the car.
What?
Yeah,
I missed this.
a dad accidentally left his little boy in the car, and I believe the car was 120 degrees inside, and he went to work all day.
Dude.
After he came out, the baby was dead, and the first thing they got was his computer.
What did he search for anything nefarious?
They think it was an accident.
How could that be an accident?
Well, they say the number one cause is a change of routine of that happening. Like, say, the mother always took the little boy to daycare, and that day he needed to take the boy to daycare, and your mind's just so out of whack.
Wow.
Especially with a baby, you get less sleep than ever.
Oh, yeah, it's true.
So you can be just running on 2 hours of sleep.
You know, well, even with dogs in the car, you always crack the window.
Yeah.
But, well...
And they're going to search his computer thoroughly.
Well, like, not just the computer, but history. You know, everything.
Yeah.
A smartphone, not just a computer. Everything they would have. You know, this is why I stopped searching for chloroform every day.
Yeah.
This is really why... Who was it? Casey Anthony? Her mom or the computer? She thought she was searching for chlorophyll?
Yeah.
Give me a break. Don't get me started on the justice system. That's not what this show's about. California lawmakers on Monday approved a measure making it easier to use alternative currencies, including Bitcoin, from Reuters, from Joel Bosch. Thank you.
Whoa.
Wow. That's outstanding. That's great news. You know, like I said, with the addition of VeriCoin as one of our top patrons, I'm investigating the idea of cryptocurrency a bit more, trying to understand it a little more. And I think VeriCoin's doing a pretty good job with taking the idea of alternative currencies to Bitcoin, or alternative Bitcoins, or altcoins. Well, not alternative Bitcoins, alternatives to Bitcoin, and bridging the gap and trying to evolve the usability of cryptocurrency. So that's fascinating. I think I don't know what it's going to take to make something like that take off. I think, you know, vendor support, you know, like Overstock.com takes Bitcoin. Mm-hmm. You can exchange your VeriCoin for Bitcoin by using something called Veripass. There's a couple of new tools that they're building in. They're releasing on like almost like a daily basis. Yeah, so I think at some point it's got to get out of the hands of geeks. And I think it's where it's squarely at right now. It's in the hands of geeks. For something to take off, it's like personal computers. It's in the hands of geeks for eons. And well, now, I mean, everybody's got a computer. And it's got to be almost as, not just ubiquitous, but as easy to use as installing an app. That's where I think it's really, really going to take off. But we're years away from that. Still, fascinating. Wow, that's amazing news. That's definitely something to look deeper into. If the state of California is doing that, yikes! It's just I think they're doing it beyond just the cool factor. I think they're looking at a value of where are we going to be when the next revolution happens, and the next revolution may very well be in this type of currency. If only because it's more global than our current currency models. It's not based on any kind of I guess currency system the planet's ever seen. Really, it's fascinating. Like a lot of the news that you guys, I wish you guys would have told me this ahead of time. I would have been able to cover it. At this point, I kind of want to wind down because I feel like I have been droning on and on today, and I did not mean to do that. I don't want to waste time, but hopefully you guys found value in some of the stuff that we were able to surface for everybody. Tomorrow will be far more exciting, I think. Today, I'm going to be doing the answering a question in a separate video. What would you do as a superhero? So if you always wanted to know what I would do as a superhero, it's going to be the video I'm going to be recording in a few minutes' time, live on YouTube. That is a focus. That is a topic that I can talk about. Some people think I am a superhero now. I'm like, no, I do not wear tights and a cape. Although I don't think that's a prerequisite. Just so you know.
You should.
Thanks. Let's not do that. So I will tell you, you may want to tune in live for tomorrow's live stream, as opposed to tomorrow's not so live stream. Tuning in live for it. It'll be different. It'll be at 9 in the morning Pacific. I think that's when the keynote is. That's when we're going to be streaming live, and you guys are gonna freak out. You guys, trust me. You don't even know why you're going to love it. I can just guarantee you're going to love it. Not just because and it has nothing to do with what Google's announcing. You're just going to love it because we're going to do something that I've never done before and that I've never seen done before. That's about all I can say. So, thank you everybody for tuning in. Sorry it was a very slow news day, but thank you to the people who had posted a couple of those news articles in the comments. Feel free when you guys see a news article, especially if it just kind of passes under everybody else's radar, email me right away, chris@pirillo.com. Patrons have a special patron-only email address to email me to. And that way it's kind of priority attention. Send me the stuff. I mean, even if I've already seen it, I appreciate seeing it because you guys are, finding some fascinating, like two amazing things from our community. You guys did a better job than I did today. Bravo. Thank you. Diana, she would clap, but she's got a chip in her hand. Yeah. And I have a chip on my shoulder. There we go. I've proven everybody right. If they said I had a chip on my shoulder. Thanks again for watching. If you liked it, thank you for making the gesture just in front of your computer screen. I believe you. Appreciate every bit of support that we have out there, even on these slow news days. At this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices. We'll see you later.